pregnancy test at Taco Bell wouldn't be the craziest thing that we heard about Taco Bell this week. Like that's just the mild. That's just the small amount of things that Taco Bell is just in the news for on a daily basis. Look, we all eat it. Listen, we'll die on this hill. Taco Bell is the healthiest fast food. It's fast food, but it's the healthiest. Listen, it's healthy. Listen, Taco Bell's a little healthy. All it is meat and cheese, and it's just kind of healthy. Meat and cheese is keto. They say you remove a flour tortilla, and now you got a little keto action. Joe Rogan's keto, and he's healthy. You know what I'm saying? So Taco Bell, it's delicious, but sometimes you've got people taking pregnancy tests in the bathroom, and sometimes it's a little worse than that. Usually your company Christmas party is an opportunity to mingle with your coworkers and celebrate a successful year coming to a close. One former Taco Bell employee got quite the surprise when her restaurant's own holiday party allegedly turned out to be an orgy. What fun! This is what I'm telling you. I might hang up this whole entrepreneur, business owner, podcaster thing, and I might go back to working at like a fast food, like Taco Bell Sheets, $17 an hour situation. Because A, most of my financial problems with taxes and everything else will be taken care of, and B, things like this happen, okay? This is the type of company culture America is about. WeWork's over. It collapsed, okay? Office culture is dead. We are never going back to the office. A 200 billion, I don't know, it's crazy number. Whatever WeWork was worth is now worth zero. Nothing. Because everyone works from home. Office culture is dead. And now, listen, is there anything I would do to go back to that? Absolutely. We did unthinkable things in the office. From the time I graduated college to the time I owned the company. I started as an intern, and then now I own the company. Talk about a success story. And even as an intern at that company, we would have Nerf gun battles. The boss bought us a pool table. Guess what we did for 90% of the day when he got us a pool table? Like, he had to make a rule, like no pool during office hours. There were rumors of like infidelity in the office. One of my coworkers was arrested. One of our coworkers was arrested on federal charges. They had something to do with like illegal weapons or something they weren't supposed to have that automatically got the feds involved. And now I think they're still in prison. I'm almost positive they're still in prison. One of my old coworkers, first job out of college, I'm there for a year and a half. We come into the news that one of our coworkers has been arrested on federal charges because I think the person they were living with at the time had like weapons of mass destruction right behind the trailer. Like, it was not a good thing, and it was enough to cause concern because like the feds bust through the gate and expressed their Second Amendment rights and hauled them off to jail. Or whatever they did. They basically took all their guns away. And now so they're in prison. And so that's, it's a fun time. It's a fun time for everybody. And then, the job I got after that, I'm pretty sure the one guy I worked with was like trying his very hardest to like have sexual relations with multiple people in the office, even though they were married / in happy relationships, even though he wasn't. So like that was weird. But talk about just like, we would all have a chat room that the boss wasn't a part of. We'd go out and take smoke breaks, even though we all didn't smoke. We'd waste time. We'd play games. It got to the point where like the boss, the owner of the company just neglected our whole department to the point where I was just like building websites for my other companies and making like fake music videos at the time because that's what I had to do to fill my time. Then I went to another job, and they outsourced the job they hired me to do 3 months in. They hired me as their in-house web developer and outsourced that to a third-party company. So then they just said, well, here's access to our Facebook and like, do whatever you can do around the office to make it great. So I would just, I'd plan chili cook-offs. I'd order pizza for the whole team. I'd make banner ads, put them on Google. I'd make Facebook posts. I'd give away gift cards for the Steelers because they were one of our corporate partners at the time. Like my corporate going into the office every day from 9 to 5, pretty much every week of the year. Yeah, we took off holidays, vacation, whatever. But 90% of the time you're in the office, you're not doing anything. And it's a blast. There's drama. There's people cheating on each other. You can get away with spending corporate money on things you're not supposed to. Like I had they ordered me like 6 GoPros for no reason. So I just set those up around the office and just made videos of random stuff. I attached it to the dog. Like it was just when you had an office and you were working for someone else, it was a different time. And then even the job up until recently, before I took over, it was to the point where like every other Friday, the boss was sending someone of importance out of the office to the liquor store so we could stop working in plenty of time, usually around lunch, to start drinking a little, do something fun like record a podcast or watch a movie or hang out or talk about our feelings or do whatever the fuck we wanted to do, sober up, and then drive home for the weekend. And that was like a weekly occurrence, dude. And so like the corporate life of going into the office is something that we will never get to experience again. We might be able to find other co-working places like the Candy Factory and whatever else might be available. But when it comes to that life and the lifestyle of going in and going out for lunch and having meetings and like internal messages and emails and drama and figuring out why people got fired or left, or finding out that the company, that the employee who literally sat beside you for a year, you sat beside this person for a year and a half every day, was just arrested on federal crimes. It's great. And so we're never going to get that back. And that's why I would love to rejoin the societal workforce of, maybe like a Taco Bell or Sheetz or something like that, because obviously they're still having holiday parties and they get us a little salacious. Sorry for the long-winded explanation. A new lawsuit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court alleges that in December of 2022, Elena Bekomen, don't know if I said that right, was invited by her supervisor to a holiday celebration at a Taco Bell location where she worked. It was meant to be a potluck. So she made guacamole for the occasion and brought it in a bowl from home. When she, her sister, and her sister's partner arrived, they discovered that the supervisor who invited her, Lydia, covered the windows of the restaurant with wrapping paper, which was already a red flag. She also noticed they covered the cameras for the lobby in and outside the restaurant, according to the New York Post. Her supervisor, Lydia, is accused of giving alcohol to her employees, resulting in several of them being overserved. And at around midnight, the employees were outside socializing for a bit and were shocked and disgusted and outraged by what she saw when she walked back inside to a coworker having sex with his wife in front of everyone at the party. The employee claims that the wife was bent over and kissing both Lydia, the supervisor, and another coworker who was given, who was giving the services as well. So it's just okay, great. So we were heavy into a threesome when everyone came back from a smoke break. The employee ran outside to gather herself after stumbling into the scene. When she went back inside to get her guacamole bowl, she found perhaps the most upsetting part of the whole scene, as Adriana was vomiting into it. Oh, dude. So not only is Supervisor Lydia and an employee and his wife bent over booth number 7 with a solid, chalupa threesome going on. You've got Adriana vomiting in the bowl of guacamole. Isn't that fun? After the ill-fated evening, the employee reported to her coworkers to HR, leading to their termination from the company. It wasn't long, though, before she began to face backlash for her actions, as she faced threats and had her car window shattered by a friend of one of the fired employees. So a member of the Eiffel Tower threesome inside of the Taco Bell holiday party was was so upset that they lost their job at Taco Bell for having a threesome inside of it. So they smashed her car. Okay, they smashed her car window. I like it, dude. That's the kind of attitude you need when going into the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. She claims that Taco Bell and the franchise violated anti-discrimination law because they did nothing about these threats and instead told her that they were transferring her to a new location rather than disciplining the employees who threatened her. Damn, bitches. She was forced to quit her job and suffered actual consequential and incidental financial losses as a result. Oh, well, of course she did. Because with the mental strain of all the threats and the window shattering and just the mental thought of walking into your place of work where a threesome is happening between your supervisor and a few other coworkers is just bad enough. And so now you can't work anymore. And so you have to file for unemployment. And that's what we're including in the lawsuit. I like it. I like it a lot, dude. It's a good claim. And they covered the cameras with wrapping paper. So there's, real evidence. I love it. I like it. We should all do this at one point in our lives. We should all make this claim of what she saw and then see how much money we can get out of the settlement from the corporation. Taco Bell shared I'm just joking. Taco Bell shared their concerns about the incident on the ongoing lawsuit in a statement. While we don't own or manage this location, the franchise who owns and operates the restaurant has shared that they take these claims very seriously. Okay, great. So the same statement they give for every problem that comes out of the restaurant. They may have lost their jobs, but the former employees might have been a good example of what it means to live Moss. Listen, you can't make this stuff up. Listen, if you don't attend an orgy at a Taco Bell at an after hours party once or twice in your life, are you really living? Like, what are we doing having orgies at the Taco Bell? I know for a lot of you females, it sounds appealing. Like, it sounds like something that we would want to do for one, if not many of my listeners' OnlyFans pages. This may or may not be your chance at virality here, people. If you know someone who knows someone who not only works at Taco Bell, but has a friend and or is an OnlyFans model, I strongly suggest you figure out where the blind spots are in your location, or turn the cameras off, or cover them up one night and have a Taco Bell themed orgy in the restaurant after hours and put it on your OnlyFans, and I guarantee you it's an instant success. Forget about financials anymore. It'll be taken care of. You can quit your job at Taco Bell because you just fucked yourself out of one.